Okay, so segment number 2, the video analysis. So having a tripod obviously is very, very helpful. And this program is called V1 Golf. And we're looking at 2 different views. So this is down the line. And when you are recording, it'll actually share with you where you need to stand. Go ahead and record. We also would like to capture a face-on view. Okay, let's break down the swing. We're utilizing V1 Golf here. And we're going to look at the face-on view. We're going to directly go to comparison. We do this with all of our clients because it doesn't matter what we are doing or what they are doing in silo. Let's go ahead and compare to someone who knows what they're doing. So we have Nelly Corda over here on our left, and then myself over here on the right. And since I'm purposefully trying to create one of the nasty swing characteristics for you, let's point this out and let's see what we got going on. So I'm going to go to the top of the backswing here. Notice that shaft, that is insane. But we see that all the time, that's down the line. But what we're actually looking at is something called reverse spine angle. So I'm going to make a box around the center of my hips and a circle around my head. And we're going to draw a line center to center. And what we're going to do is do the same over here on our left. Top of the backswing for Nelly. Center of the hips, center of the head. Look at the comparison here. So the angles. Head is in front of the hips, head is behind. If you can even look at how much her shirt is crimped here and how much my shirt is crimped, that is what the back looks like. So I'm going to take you to anatomy school just for about 30 seconds. Hang in there with me because this is super, super important. It will make a huge difference in understanding why this is so bad. If you're doing this, cut it out immediately. Let's go ahead and break down the anatomy. We are looking at this area of the spine called the lumbar spine. And what we are really focused on are these 2 areas called the facet joints right there. So they almost look like ears that are coming out. They are designed to allow our body to bend forward, which is called flexion, and arch backwards, which is called extension. And what we typically do is stay inside of that track, almost like a railroad track. In the golf game, we get into a big issue when we arch our back too much, which is extension. So we get into an extended position and rotate. So now we have those 2 segments, those facet joints there, closing down further and smashing into each other. When we're in reverse spine angle, the issue occurs when we're trying to unwind that force right there, that pressure, which adds a shear force. And if you do that over and over and over again, what we get is inflammation between those 2 segments. So here's how it correlates to back pain with that inflammation process that happens. I'm going to zoom into some of the segments we've been working on. We're going to look at a side view here. Let's point out those facet joints. So here's L4 and here's L5. If there is a lot of inflammation that's going on in this region, it encroaches on the nerve root, which is right here. So when you have a lot of inflammation that's going on, that will lead to encroachment on this nerve. You can start to feel butt pain right here, leg pain that's going down, and certainly pain that's going across your back. All right, let's look at the other view. So this is down the line, and we're going to jump right to comparison. And why not? We got Tony Finau going on here. We're both using iron, so that's always helpful too. And what we're going to do is look at 2 more characteristics. One is called loss of posture, and the other is called early extension. So what we're going to do is look at the posture position here. And we'll draw out that line. So we have this curvature going here, which that's good posture. Nothing wrong with that. It's relaxed. We're not super athletic, and we're not in something called C posture. C posture would look like this here. Okay, so we are in what's called a neutral posture, and what we want to do is stay in that posture. So Tony, let's see what you got. Beautiful. Stays in it the entire time. Perfect. Stands out of that after he's made contact for that great follow through. So beautiful. Nice job, Tony. All right, Dave, here we go. Whoa. Immediately stands out of that posture. Let's go ahead and draw that line again. So I start, stand out of that posture. Boom, that is awful. Stand out. Now I have to come back down. Now I stand up again. It is all kinds of bad. The last swing characteristic we're going to look at is called early extension. That could be pretty easily identified by drawing a line. And we're going to make sure that that line is positioned straight up and down and right along our backside. The goal is to actually stay on that line. So we're going to watch Tony here. Perfect. He actually comes across it more towards the left. That's great. Okay, and here's what you don't want to do. See all that daylight there between my backside and that line? That's terrible. That indicates that we actually stood up, came out, we maybe rushed our hands in front of our lower body, in front of our hips, and that is one of those markers that attributes to lower back pain. To recap segment number 2, looking at your swing analysis to identify, do you have characteristics that are leading you to have back pain? So the first one we looked at was reverse spine angle, that head being in front of your hips on that swing. Cut it out, get rid of it immediately. Second, are you losing your posture? Are you standing up, coming back down, standing up again? It's all kinds of accessory movement, really, really bad. And the third, are you early extending, coming out of that extension there? The opposite would be staying down into extension, keeping your posture. All of those work together. So look into your swing analysis. Again, this is what we do with every single client that comes in the door that has something going on with their golf game. Let's actually see what's going on, break that down, slow it down, compare you to another golfer that's doing it the right way, and let's get it fixed. I look forward to seeing you in segment number 3.